Czech Republic and the Netherlands meets. Now let me please introduce the lineup of the visitors team in the Netherlands. Dámy a pánové, prosím, nechte mě představit line-up hostujícího týmu Holanďanů. The first batter, number 9, Jefferson Delfina. První pálka číslem 9, Jefferson Delfina. Second batter, number 19, Lensic Polonius. První pálka číslem 19, Lensic Polonius. Third batter, number 14, Eldrick Dilton. Number 2, Robert Hugelman. Number 58, Matthew Scholten. Number 57, Martin Wheelock. Number 53, Lars Henry. The coaches are Mr. Anton Hughes, Mr. Ben Pastel, and Mr. Mel Financia. První line-up českého týmu. Jako první pálkař číslem 99, Václav Svoboda. Druhý pálkař číslem 4, David Mertl. Třetí pálkař číslem 77, Patrik Kopečný. Čtvrtý pálkař číslem 19, Tomáš Klein. Pátý pálkař číslem 32, Michal Kolů. Šestý pálkař číslem 18, Daniel Černý. Sedmý pálkař číslem 6, Lukáš Fiala. Osmý pálkař číslem 78, Jiří Nezbeda. Osmý pálkař číslem 11, Jiří Korčák. Hozová koplet se nám představí číslem 8, Marek Joska. Na lavici střídající číslem 20, Petr Frejva, číslem 68, Michal Vala, číslem 31,
Okay, we're here back and ready for the last game of the quarterfinal round between the Czech Republic and the Netherlands. Now, at stake in this game, the Czech Republic currently lead the group with 4 wins and no losses. And regardless of the outcome of this game, they're going to finish on top. As for the Netherlands, if they lose this game, they'll end up in a 3-way tie with Great Britain and Denmark, as that game just finished. You may have watched it a moment ago. If you didn't watch it, you can see it again. It's logged here on Playo.tv. You can just hear the Dutch team getting ready for this game, but down below us. And that will be, as I said, a 3-way tie with 3 wins and 2 losses between the Netherlands, Great Britain, and Denmark. That's if the Czech Republic win this game. If the Dutch win this game,
things could get very interesting if the Dutch win this game.
well, then it would be both teams are 4-1, which would mean that the Dutch finished first.
That's right. The Dutch have some heavy hitters throughout this tournament. Although the Czechs, looking briefly through the Czech statistics, they have 1 batter, if the statistics can be trusted, that is hitting under 300 for the whole tournament. So the Czechs have certainly shown that they've got the firepower. Last night's win against Denmark, 7-0, a little bit closer, Derek, than the score indicated, but still was the only game that really posed any kind of challenge so far to the Czechs. The Dutch team, on the other hand, lost decisively to Denmark 15-0 on Tuesday, and squeaked by Croatia 9-8, squeaked by Great Britain 2-1, a team we saw and were impressed with earlier today, and also have had their share of dominating wins against Sweden and Belgium, 10-1 and 11-1.
Okay, well, we see Marek Joska, the starting pitcher, the tall starting pitcher for the Czech Republic, getting ready to work. And he'll be batting, his first batter stepping into the plate soon will be Jefferson Delfina, center fielder for the Netherlands.
Well, Delfina's done just what you wanted a leadoff hitter to do in this series. His on-base percentage is over 500. He's hitting 400.
There's a foul tip for the first strike of the game thrown by Joska.
Fires the ball to first base. Unfortunately, gets by Klein into right field, but nice comeback on that sequence by Joska.
So Polonius now, the number 2 hitter, second baseman.
Polonius is hitting 250 this tournament.
That one's high, ball 1.
Ooh.
I think that did hit him. So the number 2 hitter, I think he's got that arm guard on. I'm not sure if that's where it hit him.
Looks like he got it almost in the back of the shoe.
Fouls that one away. 1-1 the count.
Looks like they almost had a hit and run there.
Makes solid contact. It sounded like solid contact. It's fouled back and out of play. So 1-2 the count to Dikov.
Oh,
He's under that one. It goes out to center field. Kopechny under it, makes the catch for the second out.
Dikov had up to this point hit 353. He was 6 for 17 with 9 runs scored, leading the team in runs scored. Just got under that one.
So with 2 out and a runner on, Enrique Javier is the batter, number 4 hitter.
Javier's been on fire. He's hitting 538 with a 625 on-base percentage.
Takes a big cut at the first pitch from Joska.
Javier with 1 home run this tournament with a nice open stance.
It's more of the softball stance. You see different stances normally in softball than you do in baseball. You don't see you tend to see more of a wider stance and less of a stride in softball, whereas some baseball hitters almost have their feet together and take a big stride toward the pitch. That pitch is so high that the catcher, Fiala, didn't even get a glove on it. It went straight back to the backstop.
Well, that's the one that got away from Joska, and the Dutch now with a runner in scoring position. And
he strikes out, so the Dutch do get a runner to second base, but no further. 4 batters to the plate, 3 out. The Czechs will come to bat in the bottom of the inning.
So Lawrence on the mound here for the Dutch team. Not only has he hit well in this tournament, but he's also assumed he had already pitched, but it does not look like, this looks like it was, Derek, it looks like it's his first appearance of this tournament.
As we see some of the Dutch fans in attendance here, obviously there are going to be more Czech fans than Dutch here, but there are some Dutch supporters. You see orange around the park, and you hear some Dutch being spoken, which is unmistakable. But as we said before, the Czechs are pretty big favorites in this game, and by going to a pitcher who hasn't pitched yet, you have to wonder if they're sort of saving their pitching for the semifinals later today.
Well, that could very well be the case, especially facing somebody of Joška's quality.
Well, the leadoff hitter for the Czech Republic is Václav Svoboda, the shortstop.
Svoboda's hitting .611 this tournament. He has 1 home run, and he's getting on base at a .667 percentage.
And he hits that first player, calling him back.
Myrtle is the designated player. They want his bat in the lineup, obviously. Hitting .500 with a 1,000.
And he hits that one hard too, right to left field. That's Jones, the left fielder. He bobbles it a bit. And Svoboda into third base, sliding and is safe.
Well, heads up base running there. Svoboda with the play in front of him can see all the way and is determined as if the left fielder Jones is at all bobbles that ball, he's going to take third base, and it's a wise decision. 2 runners in scoring position, and right off the bat, the Czechs applying pressure.
We'll take a look at that again. Hit hard. We've seen him hit hard now twice on Lawrence, and now the batter is Patrick Kopechny, center fielder. We saw him make a catch there in the first inning.
Kopechny hitting .333.
That one just misses high. Ball 2. So they got the number 3 hitter up to bat now with runners in scoring position. That one misses away, ball 3. Lawrence doesn't seem to want any part of throwing the ball into that strike zone against Kopechny. And that misses away. So a 4-pitch walk issued to Kopechny. And now you're bringing up your cleanup hitter, Tomáš Klein, with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for Lawrence. Klein hitting .500 as well. The difference being that Klein has 2 home runs.
And that pitch gets away from him. The runners aren't going anywhere as they get a favorable bounce there off the backstop and right to the catcher, Javier.
Interesting. It looks like the infield's going to stay in. They're going to come home with this ball, try the double play, first base to home plate to first base.
That's assuming the ball stays in the infield. Two and 0 the count.
No place to put him. He's got to come in with a strike. That's 6 straight strikes, 6 straight balls for Lawrence.
Well, this is already shaping up to be a huge inning for the Czechs. And they've had several of those in this tournament so far. That one catches the corner, 2 and 1.
Nice pitch there. Klein obviously looking at a certain spot. It's not going to swing at anything at 2 and 0 that's on the corners, and his time is called.
Well, Lawrence not really in an easy position right now. Yes, he did go, says the umpire, so now 2-2. That misses away, full count. So everybody, well.
That just missed too.
Big pitch coming up here now. 3-2, nobody out. Right down the middle, and that's hit hard to left center. It's Jones with the catch. Tagging and scoring is Svoboda. The other runners move up as well.
Well, the Dutch have to feel very fortunate after that drive to deep left center field. Kopecki certainly did his job getting the runner home, but it could have been a lot worse. It was hit so deep that there was even thought about the runner from second tagging up and getting home, but wisely held him at third.
I think he got under that pitch a bit more than he used to. You see, it was back at the warning track. Then Jones alertly with a throw back into the shortstop to prevent the runners from taking any more bases than that. So we've got Mikhail Koluk now, the batter, left fielder. Catches the outside corner, 1-1, and
Koluk has had a very productive tournament, hitting .429 with a home run and 8 RBIs. As we said before.
That one's popped up. Another play for Jones, it looks like. They're going to tag again. It's Merital coming to the plate. The plate at third base as Kopechny slid into third base safe. So 2-0 now for the Czech Republic on 2 sacrifice flies. They now have a runner on third base with 2 out. And as bad as things were looking earlier, Lorenz has got 2 flyouts and.
Well, yeah, it could have been a lot worse, Derek, but the Czechs are generating some runs here on long fly balls.
Well, Daniel Czerny now, right fielder we see coming up to the plate. He takes a strike. He's got.
Czerny's been up 10 times this tournament, and he has 3 hits, hitting even 300.
We'll be looking to add to that now because he needs a hit to put in the run. A sac fly won't do this time. That pitch is high, 1-1.
Yeah, with bases loaded and no outs, I think the Dutch are quite happy to be in this situation.
That one misses the corner, 2-1.
Lawrence is shaking his head.
Ground ball to second base, Polonius over to Kvas for the out. So after 2 hard hit balls by the first 2 batters, the Czechs end up getting 2 runs on 2 sacrifice flies. They lead 2-0 after 1 inning. We saw him, he just made the put out on the 3rd out in the bottom of the 1st.
Kvas having a solid tournament, hitting .273.
Big swing and a miss at that pitch.
That was a long swing. They're going to have to shorten up their swings if they're going to get any success against Yoshka today.
Fouls that one off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a 3-pitch shutout for Joska to start the second inning.
Kvass has actually already also pitched this tournament. Is one of their better pitchers with a 3.00 ERA.
And speaking of pitchers, Imran Lorenz now, the batter.
Lawrence hitting .353, 4 RBIs, and a battle around there.
There's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss.
Guy's a hefty cut. He's certainly getting his money's worth up there. Standing back at the edge of the batting box.
That one's in the dirt for a ball. High, ball 3, full count.
Outfield straight away, the wind stops, so.
Ground ball at the middle, that's gonna find the hole between second base and shortstop for a base hit.
Oh, nice at bat there by Lawrence.
It was a good battle there, and now the designated player is up to bat, Anthony Beaumont.
Beaumont having a mammoth tournament, hitting .667. He's got a home run, 7 RBIs. So the Dutch will be looking to try to get a run back here. Maybe a steal of second base to put the runner in scoring position.
We'll see what happens. He gets a good jump there as Beaumont takes a strike. Another called strike as Fiala up and ready to throw. Fouled away. Still 0-2.
Surprised that 0-2 coming straight back right down the middle of that one.
Keep watching Lorenz over there on first base if he's going to be off on any pitch.
I guess that's why they're keeping away from the off-speed pitch.
Slow, ball 1. As Lorenz stays put. He's
There he
going.
goes.
Swing and a miss. But that's Lorenz in the third base.
Oh, he
Now, the question was that a dropped third strike?
let's see. With the runner on first base,
Okay, that's the
second out.
So he's not, yeah, because I thought I saw him over there on first base, but
He was on first, ran to second.
I think,
Oh, the batter, okay.
yeah, no, that's. On the replay, though, it clearly was not a drop third strike. So we have 2 out and a runner on third base.
Lorenz alertly going to third on that throw down to second, but actually he probably could have made it home because the center fielder, or maybe it was the shortstop who went to retrieve the ball, took his eye off it and bobbled it. And with someone with a speed like Lorenz, that's all it takes to get that extra step to go home.
Edelgardo Ropp now the batter. He's at 1-1. And he pops it up. It does not look like it's going to stay in the park, and it doesn't.
Ropp also a threat, hitting .429 with a home run.
Called third strike.
Nice off-speed pitch there. Caught him looking.
So the Dutch get a runner aboard each inning, but no further as Lorenz gets stranded on third base, and now he'll go back out to pitch in the bottom of the second inning, down 2-0. We go to the bottom of the second inning now as we see Emron Lorenz getting ready for his second inning of work. And leading off for the Czechs in the bottom of the second inning, Lukáš Fiala, the catcher.
Fiala hitting .500 this tournament. 6 for 12.
Takes a called strike. That ball's low, and the count goes to 1-1. He hits that one up. Under it is the second baseman, Polonius. Polonius and Kvas were both in the neighborhood. Polonius took charge.
Nice call there by Polonius to take charge of that play. It almost looked like Kvas was going to try to make a catch over the shoulder, running back. But that was clearly Polonius' ball.
So Eugene Nesbeda now, and he fouls off the first pitch.
Change up there from Lorenz. Nesbeda hitting .250. 3 hits and 12 at-bats, but he does have a home run.
That pitch is high, so it gets away from Lorenz. The 1-1. That pitch is low, and what they call catcher's interference.
There's going to be an argument here.
It looked like a foul ball to me, although the umpire was decisive about it, though.
And I think they're going to confer on this one. The batter certainly thought it was interference. The catcher didn't argue.
Sometimes when you see that, it looks like the call is standing.
I don't know what there was to discuss there.
I mean, if that's what if he saw that, then usually Korczak now.
Korczak hitting 400 with a home run.
Outside ball 1.
Lawrence seems to be going to the breaking ball a little bit more this inning than the first.
On the outside corner.
Nice pitch there.
You said he doesn't normally pitch, but some of those pitches he's come in with some pretty good pop on them. Lays down a bunt. Polonius gets it himself. Lawrence fields it himself, gets the out at first. The sacrifice works, though.
They're going to discuss this. The first base coach thinks that the player covering first, we'll take a look at it, was taken off the bag. I think it was a good call.
I think it wasn't much of an argument there.
Nice play by the pitcher Lawrence to even get that out. It was a nice bunt. Perfectly placed.
First base coach, of course, Jakub Kopřiva, who is sometimes a commentator on games on Playo.tv. He'd be a good guy to have mic'd up if we could get that kind of thing going.
Yeah, we could have running commentary from him as first base coach, too.
Now Václav Svoboda up to bat. Of course, he led off the game with that single to center field and eventually scored on a sacrifice fly.
Well, he'd like to hit like that now with 2 outs. Svoboda actually has been one of the best hitters in this tournament.
On that last pitch, Nesbitt moved up to third base. That pitch that got away from Javier. That pitch is low. They're going to ask if he went or not. No swing, says the first base umpire. 3-0 the count. So Svoboda aboard, first and third, 2 out, and David Mertel again.
Svoboda drawing the walk, moving way up in the batter's box with a 3-0 count.
Now we've got a timeout called by the Dutch for a defensive conference.
Possibly discussing the first and third situation with 2 outs. We saw earlier in this today with the Danish team trying the decoy play, hanging up the runner between first and second in order to get the runner home from third. It could be that they're discussing a defensive strategy against this.
Well, from their perspective, I have to think they just try to take whatever out they can get.
Absolutely, and I can't imagine that the Czechs would actually do this with the number of runs they've scored this tournament.
It may just be what they're going to do if they just attempt to steal second, whether they're just going to let him go or try to throw him out at second. So Mertel takes the first pitch inside for a ball.
Mertel, the first time up, also had that single.
Yeah, he also scored on a sacrifice fly. A pitch in there for a strike. Both of those sacrifice flies were caught by Quincy Jones in left field. That is his name, yes. Oh, well, there you go. I guess that was the plan. They were going to try to make it look like a throw down to second, but in fact, it was just a throw back to Lawrence, the pitcher, cutting it off.
Good idea by the Czechs to get both these runners in scoring position with Mertel up.
Nesbeda wasn't biting though, he stayed put on third base. So Patrick Kopechny up to bat. Takes a called strike. He's indicating it was up by his eyes. It wasn't that high, but he's exaggerating a little bit, but it might have been a bit higher than the strike zone.
Nice change up there by Lawrence. It was up around the letters, borderline pitch.
Well, it was not as high as he was indicating with his hand. I'm sure of that. So 2-2, Mertel. Yeah, before I said Kopechny, but yeah, that all was still on with Mertel at the plate.
Very vocal.
So full count, 2 out. First base empty. Well, not anymore. Bases loaded now.
Very vocal change up there by Lawrence. You can see he does the cries for fastballs and changeups so that the batters can't get a tip off from that.
Well, now Patrick Kopechny. Here's a pitch to the backstop. In to score is Nesbeda on the wild pitch, and that will make it 3-0 for the Czech Republic.
Well, no chance on that pass ball. The ball bounced up so high. And Kopechny, the runner Nesbeda from third, could just basically waltz home.
There was no throw at all there. He was across the plate standing up. All the other runners moved up as well, so first base again open. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Ground ball to third base. Dix over to Kvass for the out. So the Czechs add one more run, and after 2 innings, they lead 3-0.
Nice job by Lawrence so far, keeping this powerful Czech lineup in check. So Quincy Jones leads off the top of the third inning for the Netherlands.
Shows bunts on that pitch, pulls it away, takes ball 1. Now we've seen Jones in action in the outfield.
Sign here.
Shows bunt. Calls a strike. The Dutch dugout didn't think so.
Well, I don't think that was a strike, but it was a little bit low and inside. Jones not happy with that call. I can understand why.
Well, the count now full now. Yeah, he takes ball 4 anyway.
That was definitely ball 4 in the dirt.
Well, there's the 3rd straight inning now that the Dutch have got a runner on base. They have not been able to get any more than 1 runner on base, though.
No, Yoshka's done a good job keeping them off base, and he is a towering presence there on the mound.
Well, with Delphine up, we're now back to the top of the order. Squares to bunt, takes a strike. They may be thinking sacrifice. That went high.
It can't be fun facing somebody like Yoshka, with so tall and with such a long wingspan. It must seem like they're right on top of you when he releases the ball.
When 1's in the dirt, goes to the backstop, and Jones is off to second base.
The Dutch now with another runner in scoring position. They haven't been able to take advantage of it now, but up to this point, but now with no outs.
At the top of the order.
Might be able to mount a little threat here.
And that one is high, so 3-1 the count now.
Doing a good job laying off the high one.
And that pitch gets away from Josko. He's had a few pitches get away from him this inning now.
This is uncharacteristic of him. He's got a bit of a wild streak. And with a 3-0 lead, you don't want to be putting runners on without them actually hitting the ball.
Well, Glensig Polonius now the batter.
Polonius hitting 250.
High for a ball, as Joska having trouble hitting the strike zone right now.
I got to give some credit to the Dutch hitters. They're laying off. It's not easy to lay off this high one, but they are. If they continue to do this during the game, they might have some success.
2-0.
They sense Joska's wildness. They're not going to bite at anything. Probably have.
The ground ball, that takes a high hop over the third baseman, and that will score a run. Throw to third base, gets him out. Polonius trying to go from first to third on that play.
Well, not a bad idea. I mean, you hate to give that up that lead runner, but it's not a bad idea being aggressive.
Sorry, that was Delphina. As Jones scored the run, Delphina tried to go first to third.
The left fielder had a long way coming in. Koluk had a long run to.
There's Eldrick Dichov now the batter. But that ball took a high hop over Nesbeda, the third baseman who was playing in. And that pitch is high.
Nice play and throw by Koluk out there in left field. It would have taken an excellent throw, and he got it there in plenty of time. There was no doubt that he was out at third.
Well, with the way this inning is going, too, the Czechs definitely like to take one of those base runners off. They're chopped, just foul. This Fiala played it anyway.
Lots of bouncing balls here. High choppers.
We see some of the Dutch fans here. It's low, ball 2.
Wind blowing from left to right now. It's picked up a little bit.
A full count now.
There's a little bit of action in the Czech bullpen. I wonder if that's in reaction to Joska's slight wild streak here in the second inning. Third inning. Hard to lay off that pitch.
So now 2 away. Dutch with a runner on first base. Enrique Javier, the catcher. Low, ball 1.
Javier also hitting over 500. Home run and 3 doubles. Has that big open stance.
Big cut from Javier there, 1-1.
That's definitely a size of a.
Here come, oh no, that's.
Here's the play at third base. We'll just see how close it was. Nice run by the left fielder. Gets it in plenty of time.
He's trying to catch them sleeping there a little bit. Thought he might, and now here we go. He got under that a little bit, I think.
Yeah, not actually that much of a threat, but I thought when it came off the bat, for that big swing of his, it was going to go further.
All right, so the Czechs coming to bat in the bottom of the third inning. Republic. It takes ball 1. Klein hit one of those sacrifice flies back in the first inning.
He did. He just missed a home run on that.
That's another pitch in the dirt, ball 2.
I almost hit him. It's up the middle.
So Michal Koluk, left fielder, we saw him make a couple of plays that last inning in the outfield. Squares to bunt, lays it down. Lauren's going to take it himself, takes the out at first.
Nice sacrifice, another sacrifice. Koluk had the second sacrifice fly earlier today. Now he has a nice sacrifice bunt to get the runner in scoring position with 1 out.
I think that's 4 sacrifices. Bunts and
2 sacrifice flies this game. So we'll see if this comes back to.
Ian, that one's in the zone. 3-2, full count. Here's the pitcher, Neuwenheiser.
Neuwenheiser has pitched a lot this series. He has a high ERA of 5.56. He's 2-1. He's appeared in 4 games. Respectable batting average against at .227.
Out of the lineup though. Looks like Lawrence is going to third base.
Inside corner.
Of course, that means that Beaumont's bat is out of the lineup.
It's not conclusive with the replay.
Well, the umpire's call seems to be that.
Stopped.
No, they haven't, but it's 4-1 at home. Rob came up throwing, and that was a throw right on the money at home. To Yuji Nesbeda. Stealing attempt. Did he get him on the tag? No. Third inning. Two sore.
Play anyways, but it's always good to keep the ball in the infield.
And he gets under that one. Is that going to carry all the way out of here? It is. Did that go splash or not? I don't know.
I think I heard a splash. That may have been a Sazava ball.
That is a 2-run home run by Emeron Lawrence, who has cut the deficit to 5-3. So he's displaying some power at the bat.
Oh, I guess so. Well, good decision not to take him out. They needed his bat in, and he really responded. Boy, did that have a sound to it.
That might have cleared the back fence too.
That was just a moonshot. No doubt about this.
I thought, because the ball came off the bat at such a sharp angle, I thought he'd popped it up maybe, but there was so much power behind that hit that it.
I think Lawrence knew when he hit it. He was in no hurry to get to first base.
Well, I knew it was gone when I turned and looked at, saw Cole. DH rules are complicated enough, but then when you add DP, so it can be any player, it makes things even more difficult.
Ah, yes, so they've corrected the score out on the scoreboard. There's 4-3. That means the runner who is coming, who we thought was tagged out at third base, was in fact out, and that was the second out of the inning. So they've got to change the score on our monitor. The official just came to our scoreboard.
And that's why we were confused also by the number of outs. So it's now all you watching at home now and we apologize for confusing all of you. It is now 4-3, not 5-3. And that's a called third strike with Beaumont left standing there.
Nice pitch there, and not an easy out to get. It's the second time Beaumont has struck out with runners on base. No one on base now, of course, because the bases were cleared. 3-4 though, 4-3, one-run game.
That pitch from Joska high and away. He misses again. He's been missing high a lot, and you also have to wonder whether that home run ball, how that's affecting him psychologically.
Well, the Dutch have done a good job laying off that high ball, and of course that home run ball was very low pitch, so similar to the one just thrown. So it seems the game plan is to try to lay off the high fastball as much as possible and try to attack the lower zone.
So with one out, the 2-1 pitch to Ropp. Tried to hold up on that and fouled it away.
That's exactly where Joska wants that ball. Entering the high strike zone and just at the last second, split second, going out of into the upper zone.
That was high, but he chopped it down. Joska's going to take it himself and over to first for the out. But I think that was ball 3.
Oh, definitely.
It's easy to make those choices from up here.
That was, as you said, definitely a chop. That would have been, but so hard to lay off that, especially when you have 2 strikes.
I was going to say, if it had got past Joska, it might have been a tough play there for Svoboda to get the out. I think he would have got to the ball, but it was so slow moving that he might not have been able to get the out at first.
Oh, that's right. Anything that's chopped, if it doesn't go to the third or first baseman, there's going to be a close play
So Eldred Dykhoff now the batter. Peel down. Guess they didn't go on the high pitch in the check swing.
Good call on that.
On the outside corner for a strike.
Nice pitch there. 2 outs. 1 strike.
Called strike 2 on Quincy Jones. Foul away.
Nice short swing there. Just trying a defensive swing. Foul that off.
Here comes the 2-2. And a cut to the inside corner, strike 3.
Tough pitch, but nice job there by Joska to get out after surrendering the 2-run homer.
So it looked in the early innings like the Czechs might run away with it. Now suddenly, in the middle of the 4th inning, the score is 4-3. He is a ground ball right to second base. Polonius over to Kvas for the out.
Pitchers love that first pitch out. Kolak now.
Now back to the top of the order, and Václav Svoboda with 1 out.
Svoboda's been on base both times. Single and a base on balls. First time facing the new pitcher.
The 1-0. They said yes, he did go on the swing.
Nice change up there by Neuenheiser. Clouds have come in.
That one's way up high, 2-1. It was not supposed to be rain in the forecast, but hey, you're right, it has clouded over somewhat. It's still a comfortable temperature.
Oh, great day for softball.
On the outside corner, 2-2. Oh, and takes a big mighty cut at that one. Down goes Svoboda.
Well, they finally got Svoboda out.
Well, they were working the outside and then came in.
Now here's another person they've had problems with. Mertel's also been on base twice this afternoon. Ringing single in the first and then got on second. Base on balls.
Takes a called strike.
Neuenheiser doing a good job mixing up his pitches.
He's ahead already, 0-2.
2 outs, I'd have to say.
And he chases that one outside. They're calling it, saying it's a foul tip. So strike 3, so 1, 2, 3. That was a quick inning.
Well, exactly what you want when you're coming back, shut down the opponent, and this game has changed. The complexion of this game has changed. The Dutch have seized the momentum, and now 4-3, very close and winnable game. Top of the order here. Let's see if the Dutch can put something together and get a run here to tie it up.
Takes a cut at that one. 1-1.
Delfina hitting 400 up to the start of this game.
Waved at that one of the bunt. 1-2.
Kind of a swinging drag bunt there.
Now that one gets away from Joska, slips out of his hand. 2-2.
Delfina does have a triple, so obviously some speed here.
Fouls it off, and he's got that swing from the left side of the plate where he's already running to first base as he takes that. It's like Ichiro Suzuki.
Yeah, anything on the ground, especially if it's a little bit of a chop to it, it's going to be very hard to throw him out at first base.
So the count now full.
Oh, good at bat here by Delfina. Working the count full. Fouling off some pitches.
Fouled back off hit the catcher's shin guard.
That took a huge bounce. Outfield straight away.
And that one's low, ball 4. So the leadoff hitter, Delfina, aboard.
Very nice at bat there by Delfina to bring that count up and then to draw the walk, fouling off some really tough pitches. Now we're going to see if there's any type of strategy here to get him to second base.
Glensik Polonius. We've seen him, he's going to be quite strong defensively. Showing bunt, pulls it away, but they're calling it a strike.
Third baseman playing way in it, so as is the first baseman.
Yeah, they're definitely expecting a bunt there. Oh, that pitch is high and it gets to the backstop.
They don't need it.
Off the glove of Fiala, and Delfina off to second.
Well, if there's been an Achilles heel in the Czech defense today, it's been this high fastball that's gotten by the catcher. A number of runners have advanced on this.
So now a runner in scoring position for Polonius. And that just misses high. 2-1.
Again, they're able to lay off that high fastball.
Comes high and inside. 3-1 now.
The last two pitches just mentioned that missed, and the catcher is now having a bit of a discussion with the umpire, asking exactly where they were.
Ground ball. Joska's going to take it himself. Over to foul, the batter. Cleanly even, whether he would have got the out at first.
Well, Swoboda is capable of making that play in the hole, but and not the.
Probably just a case of he knew he had to hurry to do it, and so he rushed himself. So now a tied game, suddenly 1 out in the top of the 5th inning, and Enrique Javier, the batter. Outside ball 1.
Joska wanted that one, and he feels like he's being squeezed a little bit this inning.
Mighty cut at that. 2-1 the count.
It almost seemed like Fiala was crossed up on that pass ball. He was expecting the ball somewhere else and got it low and inside.
Oh, that pitch was outside, but did Javier go on it? They're going to check on it, and they're saying yes, he did. The umpire at second base.
Oh,
so 2-2 in the count.
I don't know about that. I'd like to take another look at that if we can.
So that is strike 3.
Very tough to call that one from second base. And I think that's what the Dutch are arguing right now.
Well, normally, because in a 3-umpire crew, you don't always have a guy right down the line.
I think what he's arguing is how can you appeal to the umpire at second base?
Well, that was only strike 2. The bases, but no swing there.
Ooh, that actually looked like a swing. From my vantage point, again, hard to tell with the second base umpire.
That one was a swing.
Oh.
So the Dutch tied the game. They were maybe thinking of getting more than inning though, but nonetheless, it is a tied game in the middle of the 5th inning.
Skoro není vyrovnáno a my se dostáváme do dohrávky 5. směny.
Koncentrace v tom boxu, chlapi, jo, pojďme!
Heiser back for another inning of work, looking very strong in relief. Starting the bottom of the 5th inning. The heart of the Czech order coming up, Patrick Kopechny.
Well, for somebody who's entered the game with a 5-point.
So Tomáš Klein now.
Klein had to sacrifice. Hit the ball far his first time up.
That one's outside for a ball.
There's been some long fly balls in this game, but the only one to actually make it over the fence
on the outside corner.
Was Lawrence. Can you imagine that those two long sacrifices, had either of them had made it over the fence in the first inning, we'd be in a completely different game.
One and two now. I think it's 1-2. No, it's 2-1. Pops it up. Who's under it? I think it's Dykhoff. Makes the catch with the left fielder Jones coming in. Avoids the collision.
Dykhoff with plenty of time to get that high enough pop-up. And that's 4 or 5 in a row retired by Neuenhuizen, Ted.
We're going to take another look at that. Popped it up. He's calling, yeah, he's making. On the outside corner there with Koluk now the batter.
Neuenhuizen isn't fooling around. He's just pounding the strike zone right now, and he's getting great results. Mixing up his pitches very well. There's a off speed that just dropped.
Now with Neuenhuizen trying to finish off the inning here now. Gets it, but it's Dykhoff again under it.
Some very indecisive swings there by the Czech team.
Just trying to get their bat on the ball sometimes. So after 5, now going to the top of the 6th, and look at this. Czech Republic 4, Netherlands 4.
Coming up with, and the man of the hour is coming up, Lorenz, the one who hit the 2-run home run, 2-run shot earlier today.
Yeah, I have to wonder if the fact that he was coming up is a factor in the decision to change pitchers. So that ends Joska's day after 5 innings, and I think he would be the first to admit that wasn't his best outing.
No, he did a very good job keeping the Dutch players off balance at the start of the game, but they were able to take advantage of some miscues and also the big hit by Lorenz brought them to this point 4-4.
Well, Lorenz fouled off the first pitch. The 0-1 pitch coming up. Fouled into the dirt.
Very similar to the ball he hit over the fence earlier today. He loves those low balls.
Well, that one, yeah, it was almost a golf swing, and as I said, I thought right off the bat he'd popped it up, but well, he did pop it up, but it just got so much distance on it. Doesn't look like a power hitter either.
0-2, let's see if he goes a little bit more defensive here.
Not chasing that one, 1-2.
Well, Freylock only has issued 2 walks to this point in the tournament. We'll see if he has any off-speed pitch. There it is.
Yeah, he's just trying to get Lorenz to bite at that, I think.
And he didn't bite. 2-2. Probably get something to hit here. Don't want to go to 3-2 and get Lorenz on the base paths.
That just misses high.
That was a very close pitch.
So, full count. and misses high and away, ball 4. So after starting with 2 straight strikes.
That was tough. Tough loss there for Freylock. Of course, you're getting speed on the bases now. And as you said, having him 0-2 and losing them to lead off the inning. We'll see if this comebacks to haunt them.
Anthony Beaumont now, the dangerous hitter coming up with a man on base, and could be thinking maybe getting Lawrence into scoring position before he hits. He's going to bunt him. That's going to be a foul ball.
Just fielded behind the plate. And with the third baseman coming in, Lawrence was thinking
Lawrence
third.
was all, we see him running back to first base from third base. He was almost at third. He was probably already turning second by the time Fiala fielded that ball.
The outfield playing Beaumont very deep on the corners. Center fielder in and the right fielder in, but left fielder deep. They're playing him to pull and left.
So is Beaumont going to try to bunt again with a strike, or was that just? Yep. And that one catches the corner. Beaumont doesn't like that call.
Oh, I think that was a good pitch. That was right at the knees, maybe a little bit lower, but nice spot there for the pitcher Freylock to locate that ball.
So too, Beaumont's going to be protecting now. Off his glove end, so Lawrence at second base. Off the glove of Fiala.
Well, we've seen this a number of times today. The Dutch team trying in vain to move the runner over, but getting the runner over anyways by a pass ball.
So the 1-2 pitch. This is the second time Freylock's had a guy 0-2 in this inning. A hit hard into the gap in left field. That's going to be extra bases. Lawrence is going to score. Into second base is Beaumont with a double.
Nice bit of clutch hitting there by Beaumont. That was absolute laser beam coming off his bat. No doubt about Lawrence scoring and Beaumont into second base easily with a stand-up double. And the Czechs have to be thinking about that first inning right now. They definitely had this Dutch team on the ropes. And although they came away with 2 innings, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. I mean, especially the first 2 batters hit the ball hard, and then they had bases loaded with nobody out. Ended up with 2 runs on a couple of sac flies, but they're going to bunt over again to try moving. I mean, unbelievably now the Dutch have the lead 5-4, and they're looking for more. And why there's still nobody out here in the 6th inning. And the way Novenheiser is pitching right now.
Nice pitch there. Freylock hits the corner there. See the Dutch fans along the left field side. Very energetic and happy about the performance. Got their flags up there.
It's hard to miss them all dressed in yellow there, or dressed in orange there.
Yeah, a very visible bunch, aren't they?
1-1, bunt attempt. I think he chases a pitch outside.
Did he draw back on that? Oh.
Well, they're calling it a ball.
Huh. Guess he got his tip of the bat back at the last second.
He first reached and then pulled back. So the question is,
they're going to appeal. They appeal to second base.
Well, 2-1 to Ropp. Tension building here. Top of the 6th inning, nobody out. Showing bunt, pops it up. And Klein with the play, big out there.
That is a big out. And unfortunate for the Dutch, they were unable to get that ball down.
It's a bad feeling when you're trying to bunt and you end up popping that up before.
See who this is, Lars Ham, I think.
Yep.
Ham has obviously been used in a pinch hitting capacity here. He's hitting 500 during this tournament.
He takes high ball, and he's got a high strike zone, too. Big guy.
Yeah, big guy. 2 hits and 4 at bats, so he's been used sparingly, probably in a very similar situation as we see right now.
He's here to drive in that run, that's for sure. And he hits that one hard. He's going to drive in that run. And he's probably got a double as well as this rolls to the fence. Beaumont scores, and another double this inning, this time by Ham. Freylock has not had a great inning so far.
Let's see if they're going to go with somebody else. It looks like they're going to stick with him.
Well, it's too early to say this, of course, but we were talking earlier how a Dutch win makes things interesting. It would put both of these teams at 4-1 and would mean that the Netherlands would finish first place. And in the quarterfinals, then, they would play Denmark. Sorry, in the semifinals later tonight, and the Czech Republic against Great Britain. That's if the Dutch hold on to it. Then we've got a wild pitch. Runner moves up. Ham moves to third base. No pitch. Oh, he said. Oh no, he said.
No pitch, did he say?
He said low. He said low pitch.
Oh, low pitch.
I thought he said no pitch. Yeah. But, okay, so it's Quincy Jones at the bat. No, sorry, it's back to the top of the order. Jefferson Delfina. Jones was pinch hit for.
Delfina had worked a walk earlier in his previous at Freylock.
Another 2-2 coming again. Ground ball to second base, one hopper, get the out at first, and another run scores. That was Korchak with the play.
Nice play there by Korchak, but nothing he could do.
Ground ball to first base, again to Kolchak, again with the out. So the Czechs finally out of the inning, but another big Dutch offensive inning. And with 2 times more up to plate, 6 more outs to go, the Czechs now trailing by 3. Daniel Czerny leading off for the Czechs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up to bat.
Well, the Dutch have to be feeling pretty good about themselves, battling back, taking the lead.
He strokes a single into center field on the first pitch, so that's a big hit for Czerny to get on board.
Well, that's definitely a shot in the arm for the Czechs. They need to get that lead runner on. First, a little bit of first ball fishing there by Czerny. He gets a hit in the center field. Not hit too hard, but they were playing him so deep, there was no chance to catch that ball.
Well, now Lukáš Fiala up to bat, and he takes ball 1.
Fiala's having a pretty good tournament.
Inside, ball 2.
Let's see if Neuenheiser can get back to the rhythm of the previous 2 innings.
Fouls it off himself, hits himself in the leg. Again,
out.
Anyway, but
I think the umpire called it a foul ball, a tip. But
well, now usually Nesbitt up to bat.
again, perfect double play ball. Three-run inning.
And he's now ahead 2-0 in this count. It's Freylock back in their second inning of work. The first one was quite a long one. Big swing at that one.
Umpire right in the arm. Right where they don't have any padding.
Yeah, we've seen a few. Well, to see some of the motion there for the spray to. There we're going, yeah. We were talking earlier about, can't see who, it's number 8, is it? Ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued to Javier.
I expect Freylock will be on a short leash.
It's Patrick Kopechny warming up because they've got in center field now Turek.
Well, he hasn't pitched yet this tournament, so we don't really. It's not that often common, is it?
It's legal.
It's legal, but
you can even do it in baseball if he goes to another defensive position.
Right.
And
right.
it has happened in the big leagues before, even I know, but it's pretty rare.
I've never actually seen that, but I've heard about it. And this is the first time I've seen it in softball.
Well, softball is more common because they've got the re-entry rule. So anyway, Ennio Kvas is now the batter with a runner on first base. And we've got a pinch runner on Guillot. That pitch was in the dirt. That the pinch runner is Guillot, I guess that would be pronounced.
Well, they're very fortunate, the Czechs are, that this runner didn't get to third base on that ball. That took us such a huge bounce.
They called that a strike because he attempted to bunt at it.
Yeah.
Even though it was in the dirt.
Let's see if they take off the bunt sign. Now they got the runner at second. What are they doing? Try to move him even further.
Takes a called strike, 0-2. Yoska's ahead in the count, 0-2. Maybe he just needed a rest. He gets hit hard in the left field, and it looks like he makes extra bases again. There'll be no play at second base and another Dutch run in to score. It's 8-4.
Nice little poke there by Klaas into the outfield, right into that popular left center spot. Got by the one outfielder, the backup outfielder was able to retrieve. Maybe we can see the replay. Here it is.
It was Koluk, the left fielder, and Kopechny, the center fielder.
It got past the left fielder, and Kwas easily into second with a stand-up double.
And now look who's up to bat, looking to add to it. Emeron Lawrence, who's had a whale of a game too. I mean, he's definitely been the most influential person on this game today.
Oh, absolutely. Not just the home run, but his play at third base.
He chases that pitch, so it's 0-2 now. But let's remember he started the game also pitching for the Netherlands.
And was able to keep the Netherlands close, despite giving up a lot of base runners in the first 2 innings.
Fouls that one away to stay alive.
Lawrence asking if that was a ball that he swung out, or if it was a strike. It's sometimes hard to tell when that ball is rising.
Low and inside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, but the ball goes to the backstop. Lawrence is going to first base. And the runner over to third base, Kwas. Oh, now they've got Lawrence in a run down, and he's going to be off to second base on the throw. And Kwas scores 9-4.
Unfortunate sequence of events there for the Czechs, but that again is Lawrence making things happen. On the base paths now, he's responsible for bringing that run in. Deliberately got himself caught up, I think, in order to get the the softball thrown back and forth.
Yeah, we can say a look at how that whole thing happened. He started going just see when the pitcher and catcher started talking to each other, and then that throw there was low and got away.
Things are just going from bad to worse here for the Czechs.
You never want to count them out because you know they've got an offense that is certainly capable of scoring 5 runs in an inning. But since early on in the game, they have not really hit the ball hard.
No. They haven't really gotten the base runners in scoring positions after this third inning.
Well, Anthony Beaumont now.
But I mean, I've been impressed with the discipline of the Dutch hitters. They haven't gotten themselves out. They haven't swung out of a lot of balls out of the strike zone.
Fouls that one way. Just in front of us, actually. Some fans here trying to rally the team, getting louder, but most of the fans not very enthusiastic right now. And outside 2-1.
Oh, hard for them to get some enthusiasm when the Dutch team has dominated this game since the third inning.
Ground ball to the infield. Svoboda, again, that's the
Wow.
pinch runner.
There haven't been that many hard hit balls this inning. One to left center, but otherwise, it's been the porous defense of the Czechs that's resulted into a number of runs and runners in scoring position.
So Scholin now is the pinch runner for Beaumont.
Well, they finally got Beaumont out of the game.
Well, it's the 7th inning. They're probably not going to bat again anyway. That ball gets away.
Bounce
Lawrence throws his arms in the air because he's thinking, I probably could have made it, but I didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh. Kind of trampolined right back to the pitcher. That would have been an interesting play.
It's high, 2-0. One out. Ground ball, foul, just foul. That would have been 2 more runs.
Oh, without a doubt. That just, if we see a replay of that, I think it just shot past the first base on the right side. Guess we won't see it.
Well, that got away, and the run will score. Both runners move up. Lawrence scores. The only question is, was that a swing or not?
Well, I don't even
Not
think
sure
they're
it
going
even
to
matters
appeal.
at this point.
Wow, 10-4. Another pass ball, and this one Lawrence had no doubt about going.
Well, it hit one of the, on the backstop, it hit one of the bars there, and it made it come off at a funny angle. Lawrence could basically able to walk home on that one. As Ropp takes a big rap at that one. Full count now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Nice pitch there by Joska. Upper part of the zone. Although he's been missing most of those today.
Now Quincy Jones back in the game. Another ball to the backstop, but that comes fast enough back to the catcher that they don't attempt it. There's really no reason for.
Well, this has been a wild streak we haven't seen before. Earlier in the game from Joska, he must be getting tired because the catcher is having very little chance even to block these.
It's 3-0 now, the count on Jones. Ball 4, and we're going to have another run, 11-4, with that pitch in the dirt. Scholin scores the 11th Dutch run.
Well, Fiala had no idea where that ball was, and nobody on the team was telling or yelling to him where it was, so he spent a good two and a half seconds looking around him before he spotted it up the right, along the right side of the dugout.
That one's low, ball 1.
Delfina up again.
Well, I don't know how many times they've batted now. Yeah,
There we
you can
see it.
again. And another ball to the backstop. Another wild pitch.
Yoska's just all over the plate with these pitches.
Called strike, 2-1.
Nice pitch there. That's where he's effective. He keeps it on that upper zone. High strikes, slightly out of the zone. Look like they're going into the zone.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. So finally, Yosko with a chance to end another nightmarish inning for the Czechs. Hard as it is to believe, this is a Dutch team just a couple days ago, lost 15-0 to Denmark.
Yeah, and the Czechs beat Denmark 7-0 last night.
Called third strike, so.
Delfina knew it there.
But not before we see Zraloci from Brno. Zraloci, but 4 more runs for the Dutch in the top of the 7th, and the Czechs, if they want to finish top in the group, have got their work cut out for them in the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Czechs. Bottom of the 7th inning, and leading off is Jiří Korčák, the second baseman. And he hits a line shot right at the second baseman, Polonius. So just some bad luck there.
Oh yeah, tough one there for Korčák. He hit that ball right on the button. But things just seem to be going the Dutch way today.
So now back to the top of the order, Václav Svoboda, he started off having a good day at the plate. He's also had a not so good day defensively.
He's had a tough time at shortstop. Some of the plays were tough to play in the hole there. I didn't expect he was going to make that, but.
Well, he pops that one up. Is it going to get out of play? It will. Loud off the metal or tin roof there.
He's got to be that stabilizing factor at shortstop, though, and he certainly wasn't that today.
Well, as I tell you, Lorenz once got an inside the park home run down there.
Just got a piece of that one.
He also hit the helmet of the catcher. Hop over his glove.
Yeah, no chance of that.
Merrill gets a piece of the first ball there, 0-1.
Well, I tell you, Neuenheiser has really been lights out since he came in the second or third inning. He's completely shut down this Czech offense.
one's hit hard, and is that going to get out of here? It does. 2-run homer for David Mertel. He's had a good day at the plate as well. And it's now 11-6.
That was an absolute shot. Took about 2 seconds to get out of here. And maybe I spoke too quickly about Neuenheiser because he suddenly seems like a mere mortal. 11-6, maybe a little bit too little too late for the Czechs, but still.
That one did not splash. It actually hit the back fence and stayed in the park. I mean, not on the ballpark, but in the park. Well, the Dutch have got to be at least glad about that 4-run 7th inning because they've still got a bit of a cushion to work with here.
Oh, absolutely. Those runs, especially the runs that were made from pass balls and sloppy play, really made this cushion that it'll be very hard to come over.
Patrick Kopechny now, the center fielder. Well, those are the first 2 Czech runs since the 3rd inning. But they're now down to their last out as Kopechny strikes out. And Tomáš Klein will come to bat trying to keep the game alive.
Klein had a long fly ball, also the one for a sacrifice in that 1st inning, but since then he's been pretty quiet.
Well, it does seem that like they're starting to get on Neuenheiser now. I don't know if he's worked several innings now, and he might be starting to tire.
Long foul ball on that, some off speed, but they've got 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside there. Neuenheiser was asking exactly that was, if it was high or inside. The umpire said it was high.
So 2-1. Misses 3-1. Neuenheiser's looking like he'd like to get this game over with. Called strike. Looked to be about in the same place the previous pitch was.
It did, but maybe not as high.
That one definitely missed. So the Czechs not ready to give up quite yet. They've still got a fair bit more work to do though, but Michal Koluch now coming to the plate. Takes a strike.
Koluch hit that 2nd sacrifice fly in the 1st inning. So definitely a power threat here.
That one, this is well wide and outside.
Neuenheiser is trying to get through this last batter. You can tell he's really working out there. And he's starting to miss his spots.
2-1 now.
The last thing the Dutch team wants is for the Czechs to get back into this game where they're going to get the crowd behind them.
Now a little ground ball. Back to Neuenheiser. Takes it himself. Go to first. Gets the out. And that's the ball game. And some words exchanged there. I'm not sure what the problem was with Kolu, but
there's a few times where the umpires came between, felt like the need to come between the players today. It's a little bit strange. There was definitely an out at first base. There doesn't seem to be any.
Well, so what that does now, it puts Pool C is now finished with the end of that game. Both the Czech Republic and the Netherlands finished tied with 4-1 records. So they will play the last game tonight. The winner of that will go directly to the final. In the next game coming up, which should be starting at, the schedule's changed a little bit because of things running over.